Is it hard for you to fathom this is year 10 for you between the hedges?
No, these gray hairs, I earned it. I mean, it's not hard to fathom at all. It's a lot of years. It's weird because you think about it and it's like, man, that's flown by. And then you think about it 15 minutes later and you're like, man, it's been a long 10 years. So I can see it both ways. I'm flipping the pendulum from, I was 9 years at Bama and now 10 years here. So it's finally where I've been here longer than I was there. And it's an exciting time. It's 10-year anniversary. On my anniversary, I got a 19th wedding anniversary today. I'm celebrating in Atlanta away from my wife while she's in Mississippi. Yeah, exactly.
How are you better in year 10 as a head coach than you were from day one in Athens?
I think logistically understanding what's important and what not to lose sleep over and what to lose sleep over. I was probably losing sleep over everything then, and now, I pick my battles and understand we got a great group of young men, and I've got an unbelievable staff and got great leadership at our university between President Moorhead and our AD, Josh Brooks. So, I got people to lean on, and they do a great job helping us.
Going off of that, in the last 3 years, where do you feel like you've grown the most as a coach with the just evolving state of college athletics and NIL?
Being patient, understanding, probably time investment. Everybody talks about time management. As a kid, that's what every player talks about. As a coach, I only have so much time in the day that I can dedicate to University of Georgia and our team, and where I invest those hours is critical because I got a lot of guys on my staff that can invest it in other places for me. I need to focus on the players on our roster, and that's where I try to focus.
With NIL and the House settlement, Sankey made a statement yesterday that college athletics is not broken, but it's strained. Is that a sentiment that you kind of, see eye to eye with him with, or how do you see that?
Yeah, it's definitely not broken. If it was broken, then people wouldn't be paying the dollars they're paying to be part of it and buy into the television and do the things they have to do. So it's definitely not broken. Strained, I might not agree with that. I might, say it's just in flux. It's in constant change, and who can change fastest? I'm very comfortable with where college football is. I'm excited about where it is.
When it comes to Gunnar Stockton, how do you see his role evolving, and especially as a leader and a vocal leader?
Well, it's going to evolve based on how he plays. What are his strengths and what does he do in game? We've got a game and a half sample size, so I'm excited to see what he can do and excited to see his leadership.
I know often during the season you talk about different aspects of your team and what makes them different. I know it's early, but can you kind of tell the direction of what this group kind of feels like when I don't want to say compared to other groups, but what it looks like for this year?
Youth, energy. I've seen it in the practices, a lot of enthusiasm. It's just a different team. I felt like last year's team was very much like the year before's team. I think we had so many people back, quarterback back, all the O-linemen back, all the defensive line back, and this team is so different. There's just a little more energy and buzz when a guy's doing it the first time as opposed to a returning starter. And you would think a returning starter, it makes you a little bit comfortable as a coach. This makes you a little more, I guess, exuberant, and I'm excited at practice and want to see these guys have fun.
What excites you most about the team?
The youthfulness. I mean, really, seeing guys go play for the first time, seeing a guy that's busted his butt and waited to start, and now this is his turn, his time, across the offensive and defensive lines, and really every position. I can name 3 or 4 guys that are this is their first time going to do it, and they've been waiting behind a guy that seems like he's been there forever.
Who do you want to see step up as a leader outside of Gunnar? Michael, Malachi, Jalen all gone, and those were some big names and leaders on this team.
Yeah, it's hard to put it on one. I mean, when you look across the board, you've got KJ's going to be out there having to play a lot more than he ever has. We're going to have different guys playing an outside linebacker. We're going to have the same thing at receiver. We got an influx of receivers that are all going to have to play. So I'm really looking into the buy-in and the continuity of each one of those as opposed to one guy stepping out.
There's going to be a lot of new starting quarterbacks in the SEC this season. When was the last time you kind of saw that much turnover just with NIL and transfers and whatnot?
No clue. I can't answer that question because I don't know year to year whether it's a veteran year and everybody's back or whether it's a new year and they're all new. I can't keep up with it.
You mentioned all these young guys getting their first opportunity. Has anybody surprised you? I mean, you've seen them for years, but to see them finally beat the guy, has anybody surprised you so far?
In our team? We hadn't done enough. We had spring practice, but it's funny because last year at spring practice, I thought Chris Cole and Justin Williams were going to be way behind, and then by the time fall camp came, at the end of fall camp, they were both really good players and were able to help us last year. So the kids that just got there, they make the huge jump from spring practice to fall camp. Because in spring practice, they were a nervous wreck out there, and now they're going to come back and hopefully have a little more experience and continuity.
What's the biggest difference in approach when you coach a lot of guys with a lot of experience compared to a team with a lot younger, with a lot more youth?
Patience. I think last year it was more about not accepting complacency and pushing and trying to motivate in unique ways and not be boring and mundane. And now it's going to be about, composure and allowing yourself to be comfortable in your own skin and let these kids go play and grow.
Are you a patient head coach?
Well, I think I'm much more patient now than I was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm much more patient with you.
Yeah, that's true. The two guys you brought, you can pick anybody to represent. So we mentioned a little bit about Gunnar. Just the two guys and CJ and Dalen. What do they bring to the team, their characters, and what are you most excited about their play in 2025?
Yeah, Dalen brings confidence. He's played a lot of football on this team. He leads by example. He's from a wonderful family, a Norfolk, Virginia kid that came to us late. We love Dalen and his family and his smile and his energy and enthusiasm, the way he represents the university. CJ is one of the hardest workers we got on the entire team. Not a day that I come to work that he's not in the training room, working out, doing extra, prehab, rehab. He gives so much effort at practice that his standard is so high it drives others.
I know you always focus on practice and game one, but I know the fans out there are looking forward to Bama and Texas between the hedges as opposed to going on the road. What do you think the environment will be in Athens for those presumably primetime games?
Electric. For all the home games, it's going to be that way, but electric, Kentucky, Ole Miss. We got all these teams coming to Athens, and our fans are going to have to make it an advantage for us.
It's a full-time job that you have to kind of work through really the entire year, but when you get to this point where you got to start talking to us here at SEC Media Days and everybody else, is this where it kind of feels like the kickoff for you?
No, the kickoff's the kickoff. We still have a week left of a little bit of vacation time before we come back, and there's a big build-up. So the anxiety and the energy and all that starts flowing really around that first game.
We've seen you and Andrew at Truist this year. Is he hitting up for All-Star game tickets tonight?
No, he's playing in a big tournament out in Mississippi, so he didn't get to go to the Home Run Derby last night. Their team's advancing in a big tournament out there, so he'll be playing.